Yo, I am live. Let me know if you can hear me. Pretty sure you can, but let's just see. Let's just see. Let's scroll. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? What's up? It is Be More Training, 9:30 in the morning. We're coming here real and live. I'm rocking my Carolina beat. Oh, 1 second. Let me just get my thoughts together. 1 second. Man, you gotta get your thoughts together. I know. It's Be More Training. I know. And the people want you to show up. Quit messing up. You got it. All right. Here we go. Let's go. I'm wearing my Carolina Traveling Marshmallow hoodie today, which is our RV rental. Go check it out. What's up, everybody? Wow. What's up? What's up? What's up? Um, Today we're going to be talking about, and if you want to, go ahead and share this with your peeps if they need to know. If you know, you know. We got to go over some of the 5 things that successful real estate agents will do in 2023. Now, this is something I've done before. It does become a reminder. I've had veteran agents that are in the business show up to this in the past and be like, yo, this was such a good reminder. So it's like 2023 is here, basically. Let's show up. Let's do these 5 things. So it's kind of heavy. So we're gonna just dive right into it. I'm gonna minimize my face. Boom. And there we go. The 5 successful things real estate agents will do in 2023. Let me know if you're ready. Hit that heart, and that's how I'll know if we're ready to go. You know what I should do? I should talk and like get some of my energy out before jumping on here because I start thinking so far ahead that I start like my words are all jumbled together. Either way, lesson learned. Lesson learned. Let me know if you guys are ready and I will get started. Just say ready. Say ready to go. Ready to go. All right, cool. So, oh wow, it kind of squeezed it. But either way, here is the discussion. So this says, what do you believe are some of the habits that ultimately create success in real estate? What do you think some of those habits are? Let me know. Obviously, if this were a classroom setting, I would just stare at your face until you're ready to answer this question. But I want to hear from you guys and gals. Good morning, Jessica. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? What do you believe are some of the habits that ultimately create success in real estate? Let me hear from you. What you got? Perseverance. I almost messed up on that word. But yes, perseverance. What else? Ooh, time blocking. Time blocking. Yeah, that's huge. Give me one more, y'all. Give me one more. What do you think is ultimately some of the biggest and best habits you're going to need in order to be successful in real estate? Oh man, yes, loyalty and consistency. Man, did I just get burned like 2 weeks ago. People just aren't who you think they are sometimes. All right, and then what about this? Oh, consistency is huge, right? Consistency, honesty. I'm starting to see them all like pop up right now. You're exactly right. What do you believe are some of the habits that ultimately can create disaster in a real estate business? Mm, what do you think that is, huh? What do you think that is? What do you believe ultimately will be a disastrous thing to do to get started in, to just start the habit in a real estate business to just destroy the whole thing? What are some of those things? Let me hear from you. Well, all right, softball, dishonesty, sure, that makes sense. Ooh, being sneaky. Okay, okay, okay. What else? Will destroy the business, y'all. What is it? Oh, all right. If there's one thing I don't like, just go ahead and read that. Laziness. Straight up laziness. Entitlement, right? Not tracking return on investment. Okay. Dishonesty. Dishonesty, man, people will see right through that and you will get chewed up. How about this one? All right, raise your hand. And I'm pretty sure all states do this, but raise your hand if you're in North Carolina. And when the real estate bulletin comes out once a month, you scroll all the way to the bottom and check out disciplinary actions and who made that board. Last month was kind of surprising. I'm just saying, got to be careful out there, y'all. Who else does that? Look. Yeah. How about this? Attempting to manipulate. Yep. That's personal and professional, right? That will mess it up. And yeah, I know you do. I know you do. So do I. All right, cool. Let's keep this thing rolling. So number one, now this is pretty given, and I want you guys to, it's not so much about who, but why. Yeah, I get that. So number one, who can read that? If we're going to go over these 5 things, number one, now we usually have to start off with this, and I'm going to explain why. But this is usually the number one thing that we really have to kind of check ourselves from the neck up, right? Have you heard that before? That's huge. And that's going to be big in 2023. There's already things that I'm challenging some of our own agents to do, which are on this Zoom right now, to up their percentages because they are worth it. Now you have to think it and believe that you are worth the 8% or maybe even 9% listings, right? You have to believe that before walking into that. So that's one big thing. And this says, obviously, think. You have to think differently. And here goes some of the stuff, right? Think massive. You do yourself a disservice otherwise. Think possibilities and not probable. And what that means, when you say think possibilities, not probable, what does that mean to you? Think about the possibility, not so much about what probably is going to happen. What is that going to do for you? What does that mean to you? Obviously, I'm a discussion guy. I want to go back and forth. And we're not live today like we usually are, where I've got the agents in there. We're virtual today. But what do you guys think? What does that mean to do some of the think possibilities versus probable? As you guys bring that up, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep rolling through some of this. With every obstacle, there's an opportunity. I'm going to go over that here in a second. Thinking higher standards for yourself and for your environment. I'm going to go over that in a second as well. And yeah, this is it, being open-minded, because how many times have you had an opportunity come up, right? And what you've done is already figured out in your head of how it's going to go wrong, of how you're going to look dumb, of how it's going to come across. But you've not even tried it. You move straight to the probable versus the possibility. And if you lean into possibility, if you think possibilities over probable, that's going to be huge in 2023, especially some of the stuff that we're hammering out. And I'm going to go into strategies too. With every obstacle, there's an opportunity. Look, I'm raising my hand. I struggle with this too sometimes. When obstacles land in your lap, for example, when the loyalty thing, I got backstabbed about 2 weeks ago. I went straight into emotion. But I did find something from in that we've now implemented literally the next week. So with every obstacle, there's an opportunity. Oh man, overthinking can really kill it, right? I mean, what's so funny is that you're trying to guess what the future is when, oh, by the way, none of us can. Outside the box, figuring out what their issue is to solve it. Creativity. Yep. Creativity. You know what I'm saying? And you're exactly right. Again, I'm going to go into strategy of this stuff too. I'm just trying to get your brain flowing this morning. Think higher standards for, yes. So raise your hand, hit a heart. Let me know in the comments, are you taking more than 6% listings? Guys, we were told you can't do 8% listings in this market. But these are people who don't think big enough, right? Who don't move big enough. We are, and we've been doing this for over a year. Even in this market, it's if you're a brand new agent, right? Brand spanking new. Today, your firm's probably going to ask you to do 6%. If you've been in the business for longer than a day and you've taken a few listens, you figured out this market, you figured out strategies, you figured out how to build in demand, do you have more value than the brand new agent? Yes or yes, right? Yes. Why aren't you charging more for the value. There's a quote that goes, value is only an issue in the absence of value. You have the value, up your percentage. So again, I'm going to talk about some of the mind check yourself from the neck up stuff. And here's the thing. This is what we're always seeing, right? Who's ever read these books? Let me know in the comments. Have you ever read any of these 3 books? Let me know. And I'm watching you. I'm having fun with these little buttons you can click, right? That's what happens. You put a guy in front of something, we're just going to hit every button. Who's read some of these books? Let me know. Yes, yes, and yes. Okay, cool. Hit a heart if you read one of these books. What do all these books have in common? They have one thing in common. You've got Miracle Morning, you've got Think and Grow Rich, and you got The Millionaire Real Estate Agent, which oddly, just found out this morning, Gary Keller is getting sued. Let's pull it up. Let's pull it up just real quick. Check this out. What is this? What is this? What's going on here? What is this? Oh, former Gary CEO. Oh, it's not gonna. Either way, former Keller Williams CEO John Davis sues Gary Keller for $300 million. Ugh. Either way, yes. Look at that. Boom. Mindset. And I'm going to prove it here in a second. Check this out. Miracle Morning. There's a part we have to work on your thought. Think and grow rich. Literally says it in the title. And the Millionaire Real Estate Agent, one of the first things you have to do is think a million before they really start getting into it. So think is huge, right? And you're gonna none. Oh, Nicole, you got to jump on board, man. You got to jump on board. Out of all of those, what I would probably read first for you is Miracle Morning. Think and Grow Rich. Miracle Morning or Think and Grow Rich. Let me know if you disagree with me in the comments. All right. Did you know that every negative thought is anchored by 5 more other negative thoughts? Tell me that's not crazy. Tell me that's not crazy. I had someone, one of my mentors of mine tell me that you can never control the first thought in your mind, but you can always control the second. So if you do have a negative thought coming into your mind about the real estate business, about 2023, is the market shifting? Oh my gosh, we're going to get swallowed, blah, 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 blah. Beat it up with 5 other positive thoughts. We're going to do great. We're going to take more listings. We're going to help more families. We're going to make more money. Our agents are going to be more successful. You really have to, it's like working out. You really have to work that out in your head, right? And that's huge, right? The thinking part is everything. And that's why it's the first thing that we cover here. Now, 3 things you could do right now. Number 1, write down at least 3 things that you believe is holding you back. What is something holding you back? Put it in the comments, because I'm here for you. I'm here for you, man. I'm not here for me. I'm here for you. What are some of the things you think is going to hold you back in 2023? And let's address it. And I say it right there. Recognize them and use them as fuel. A great book, You Can't Hurt Me, David Goggins. He just came out with another book, but it's huge. He faced his biggest problems first. So recognize them. Don't just kick them to the curb. Recognize them. But I want to hear from you all. What do you think is going to be your biggest issue in 2023? What is it? You right there, watching or listening. What is it? Let's address it. Let's address it. Scared of failing. Would you say, Facebook user, if you don't mind saying your name, would you say that failing is a bad thing? I think we have to look at these things differently, right? Change the way you look at things. The things you look at change. Who's heard that? Is ultimately failing a bad thing? Oh, what's that? By the way, welcome to the team. So failing is important. You have to fail. I was talking to one leader, runs a very successful business, and he was like, if my people aren't failing enough, I'm firing them. Because he realizes that the only growth that you could do, the fastest growth you could have, the more your people are challenged in their thought, their systems, their tools, is by failing and breaking them. So it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Analysis paralysis. Whew. This is where sometimes you might need the right exact steps to follow, so you can't get paralyzed. It's small steps, not big steps. And if you're with our team, we got small steps, baby, to help you through it and to show you what that looks like. But maybe something in particular or something that you have specific that you might have analysis paralysis on, let me know. I did not think failing is a bad thing because it helps you. Thinking about failure. What's up, Adam? My man. Adam's the man. Thinking about failure from the start and scared about losing. Got to get out that mindset 100%. You got to fail. Listen, you sitting here watching this, you're meant to be watching this right now. And I'm the one, remember, proven by Ruben Garcia told you to fail more. The thing is, the thing you're going to do is fail forward. Fail forward. I have failed. So I almost lost my license my very first year in real estate, failing forward. Okay. Look at me now. I was rookie of the year the first year in real estate as well, too, right? But you got to fail forward. All right, I'm about to go to the next thing, but failing is only bad when you let it discourage you or you don't learn from it. And you know, here's the deal. It's going to discourage you, right? It probably will, but you know, don't live in it, right? I learned this at EXPCon. They said, have shitty minutes, not shitty months. Right? Sometimes you're gonna be in that lull, and that's okay. But you better pull yourself out of it, or at least have a group of people who's gonna pull yourself out of it. All right. I hope that helped. Let's keep this thing moving. Write down at least 3 things that will go right in your world when you decide to think differently. Obviously, those are the good things. And then write down, let's read it. Write down at least 3 things that will go wrong in your world if you don't decide to think differently. That's a little exercise you could do later, or you could just go ahead and share with me. Number 2, if you know me, you know this was going to be number 2. It was going to be very high on the priority list. Calendar. Who is good with their calendar? Let me hear you. Who's good with their calendar? Oh, who's good with their calendar? Who's good with their calendar? Who's good with their calendar? Who knew that number 2 would be calendar? If you think calendar should be at the top, hit that heart. Share, baby, share. Share, baby, share. Share, baby, share. We got some cool stuff coming up, and you better believe it's on the calendar. Who's good with their calendar? Let me know. Oh, oopsie. All right, who's heard this before? Listen, you know what I mean? I would do it, but here's the deal. I just don't have time. I just don't have time. Who's heard that before? Hit that heart or say me in the comments. Let me know if you've heard that before. You know, here's the deal. I would do it, but I just don't have time. Who's heard that before? Getting better at it? Okay. But who's heard that before now? Who has said that before, right? Here's the deal, and I'm going to just go to it. Here's the deal. When I ask them, all right, cool, you don't have time? Let me see your calendar. This is what they say. All right, Nicole. This is what they say. Well, you see, what happened was, right? They give me that. They give me that. And here's the deal. More than likely, they're not scaling the activities they need to be doing within their calendar, period. Right? And listen, thanks for being honest, y'all. Let's see what is Heath. I'm experiencing extreme lag time. Not sure if I'm the only one. You got to scale time. You got to look at your calendar. You got to be able to, and I'm going to go over some of the strategies with this, but this is the biggest thing. This is the biggest way that you could scale your time. You know, Monday we started off with 10 appointments, still off by 5. Right before 5, really 4 o'clock because my daughter had dance at 4. We had 9 appointments yesterday. I'm not sure how many appointments we have today, but we're able to really kill it, really knock it out because we scale our time, both personal and professional. Okay. You make time for the things you're serious about and want that are your priorities. 100%. We're going to go over this stuff too. You haven't failed in that part yet, but we're going to go over this stuff. Who wants some strategy? I'll give you a really quick strategy. Who wants it? Who wants some strategy on your calendar to make sure that you could be in the best position within building your calendar out? Just again, hit that heart. Let me know. Let me know. If I get enough hearts, I'll share it. If I see enough you guys sharing this video, I'll share it. But here's the deal. Here's what you want. Number 1, instead of saying, I don't have time, try saying it's not a priority and see how that feels. What that means is the next time your kids come up to you, because you should be hanging out with your kids, the next time your spouse, the loved ones, or anybody like that, your grandma, your grandpa, your parents, I want you to look at them and say, and look at their eyes and let them know, hey, you're just not a priority right now. Because you better believe it, that's what you're doing. If you haven't built that standard of time that you have set aside to hang out with them or whatever that might be, then yeah, that's what you're saying to them. So right here, here's some of the things you want to block into your calendar first. Number one, God. If God's not a thing in your life, then maybe it's a spiritual time. Two, you're going to want to look at family, right? Start plugging in those date nights. Start plugging in those movie nights. Start plugging in those game nights. How about state of the marriage? Who knows what state of the marriage is? These are your priorities. State of the marriage is when my wife and I get together once a month. It's in the calendar. I talk about my vision. She talks about her vision. And we talk about our vision together and budget, right? It's very much a business conversation. We could do the lovey-dovey stuff on date night. State of the marriage is a business conversation. How about your hobbies? Who let go of their hobbies when they got into real estate, right? And exercise. Exercise, 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 exercise. You are about to go on a journey to where you work so hard to get the things that you want. It doesn't make sense that you get old and not able to enjoy the things you worked hard to achieve, right? 2023, get that in your head, guys and gals. The cool thing is what it's going to do in 2023 is it's going to allow you to expose your white space in your calendar. The white space, we're going to put the money-making activities. Now, there's only two things when it comes to building a business, kind of, and it's creating business and servicing business. And that's what we're going to plug into your white space, okay? That's what we're going to plug in. This is super easy. 3 things you could do right now. Number 1, get a calendar. Get a calendar. That's huge. That's something you need to do is get a calendar, right? Plug in your priorities first this week. Who's going to do that this week? Who's going to do that this week? Who's going to build out their calendar this week on just priorities? This is what I'm saying. Becomes one of the issues when someone says they don't have enough time. And I'm like, yo, cool. Let me see your calendar. Now, the day that someone shows me their calendar and is like stacked, I'm like, oh, you don't have time. We might have to readjust some of these priorities. But look at this. It's my calendar for next month. Of course, it's going to be blurry. Maybe it needs to be. And each one of those days, let me just click on. And this is one day. That's one day. But it's all blocked out. Everything's blocked out. I know exactly what I need to do and who I need to do it with. No one committed to the calendar. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Plug in your priorities first this week. Number 3, fill in the white space with money-making activities and business servicing time this week as well. Let's stop for a second because I feel like most have stopped talking. Are you just in a place where you're taking it in? Are you writing notes? Do you have something you want to say to me? What up? I just want to be here for you. I don't want you to walk away like, eh. If you're watching the recording, put it in the comments. I want to know these things. What questions do you guys have? What questions do you guys have? Concerns about doing this? Okay. I know you are. It's a work in progress. But the point is to start. The point is to start. The point is to fail forward on this. F it up and fix it. That's what the F up means. All right. I don't just want it to. That's the first step. Second step's action, right? I'm ordering the calendar today and we'll fill it out when I get it in. And be prepared for our call because we'll be having a call soon about this too. Jessica and I just wanted to check in. Is this my wife? Is this my wife? It doesn't say your name. My wife and one of our agents are hanging out at Target right now. How do you work in your kids' activities too? Do you allow your... All right, so I'll stop there. How do you work in your kids' activities too? What are the activities? 2 things. 1, things that are already scheduled, like school events, um, school events, I don't know, stuff that's already scheduled. Just plug that in the calendar. Just plug that stuff in the calendar. Baseball, football, band, right? Whatever it is, plug it in the calendar. 2, things that aren't planned but are activities, right? Maybe it's rock climbing because you sign them to rock climbing or jujitsu, or and some of those are already blocked too. But all you do is you say, "Hey, child, how often do you want to do this? 3 times a week? 4 times? Every single day? What does that look like?" You sit down and you build that out. What you might agree on is that there's 2 to 3 times a week that you're gonna go with that your kid. For that, it could be in the front yard, the backyard, in the house. It doesn't necessarily have to be in a certain place, but get it locked on the calendar. They will hold you accountable to that time. I promise you that. Do you allow your wife access to your calendar? Not access, but anytime we literally plan, she will text me and be like, "Hey, what do you have December 12th?" I don't know what's December. "What do you have December 12th? I want to go to this place with this person." I look and I'm like, "Oh, snap. I already have something planned." And she'll message the other person. "All right, can we do that December 13th?" I was like, "Oh, I'm good that day." "Oh, 5 at this place," and plug it in. And we both run our calendars the same. My wife also has a calendar on the fridge, but I run on this. So no, we don't share it, but you better believe it is a standard for both of us. Anytime I want to plan something with her, I got to check with her calendar. Anytime she wants to plan something with me, she got to check in with mine. Do you share this with anyone? Share what? My calendar? No, I don't, if that's what you're asking. My issue is childcare pickup. Okay, moving on. My issue is childcare pickup. Is that you picking up? Is that someone else picking up? Is there a pickup line? Because there's stuff you could finish in the pickup line. When I was a single ditty back in the day, I did stuff in line while I was waiting. I got stuff done while I was in line. How do you do it if you have an emergency come? I got that. Like today, my son had to go to the doc and is positive for RSV, and he's out till next Monday. How would you do your schedule? So this is what you do. Number one, guys and gals, number one, life happens. The calendar is not a 100% tool. Life happens. Life happens. However, if you erase it, replace it. Write that down. If you erase it, replace it. Whatever you had planned today, you had to erase it. You had to go to the doctor. Replace it either same day, later today, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday. When will you put it back in the calendar? You don't change the goal, you change. Ooh, who this? Who this? If you erase it, replace it. No excuses, okay? Life's going to happen. But I'm also the guy who's going to push you to not think about how it can't happen, but how it can, okay? So just, forgive me for that. Number 3, know your numbers. And by the way, if you guys are still on that, the time thing, erase it, replace it, and you still have more questions, concerns, put it in the comments below. I'm going to jump right into it. I will not leave you hanging. Know your numbers. Number 3. And I put a heart in there, so you know what I'm saying? There's a little love in that. But many are like, "Dear Math, I'm not a therapist. Solve your own problems." All right, let's keep it going. Numbers literally are the language of business. It's going. Oh, and I think I talk about this. Could you imagine if you were watching your favorite sport, no one's keeping the score? You get this, guys. I can keep going. Or a fight that goes the distance with no one keeping score, guys. Y'all know this. I could keep going. By the way, let me know if you saw that fight. That is a amazing fight. Anyways, let's keep it going. If you're not tracking not tracking numbers doesn't make sense everywhere else, then why does it make sense in your business? I know most of you guys and gals are struggling with numbers, so put your questions below so that way we could face that here today as well. 2023, I'm working with some of the agents that aren't tracking, but they're doing a good job within their database. The tracking of conversions is going to be huge, and let me tell you why. Back when the pandemic hit, I went back to my numbers, and what we found is that I had to work 4 times harder to get the same result. Only thing that could tell me that is my numbers. Now, when my numbers told me, what do you think I did? 4 times the work. We broke all-time records that year. Okay? So your numbers are going to tell you conversions and how much output you have to put in order to get a result. Let me know if you guys have questions about numbers, please. Here are some good things that you might want to track. Contact attempts, contacts made. So contact attempt is attempting to reach out to someone and them not answering you. Contact made, now they've answered you. Listing appointments, how many listing appointments did you go on this week? Listings taken, well, out of those appointments, you went on, let's say 3 appointments, you took 1. Closings, how many closings did you have that month? GCI, which is gross commission income, and net. How much did you net? A lot of people like to talk about how much they grossed or volume, red flag, because, and I do it sometimes, you know, that because they want to ignore net. Net is everything. You know, I could gross less than somebody who grosses more, but have way lower overhead, where I'm going to net more, although I made less. I hope that makes sense. It's what we're teaching our agents. Without numbers, you're just hoping you hit your goals. And guys and gals, hope is not a strategy. Take a picture of this. Take a picture of this. Let me know. Let me know. All right, what questions do you have? Oh, what questions do you have? Let me know. About numbers, I gave you, and by the way, this is all recorded, so you could go back and look at those first initial things you might want to go ahead and look at. I do have my own tracking sheet as well that I might give out. I don't know. Let's see who shares this video. All right, let's see who shares this video. But what questions do you have about numbers? What are your challenges with numbers? Remember, am I here for me or am I here for you? Right? I'm here for you. Ask those questions because I'm just going to keep moving, but I'm literally waiting for your questions. The numbers will bring clarity to you and your team. Yes, they will. Numbers save you time and tell you where you are at now, where you are going, and I'll talk about that. It identifies gaps you need to see. So, you know, you may feel emotional about how well you did that week. Numbers might tell you different. You may feel emotional, and what I mean by that is like, man, I ain't doing nothing this week, man. I feel like crap. I wasn't able to accomplish enough. Go back and look at how many contact attempts you made. That might make you feel better. I used to have, and some of you know this, I used to have a whiteboard drilled into my wall, my bedroom wall, when I first got into real estate. And it had all the numbers on it. Every time I woke up, that board was there to show me where I was at, what I need to be doing, and everything. Numbers were literally pushing me to move to that next level. What questions do you guys have about numbers? As new agents, how do we come up with our numbers goal? So that's a great question, and I'm going to run through it very quickly. Matter of fact, play with me on this for the person who said this. If I were to come up to you, oh, Marcus, what's up, brother? Marcus. If I were to come up to you and just walk with me through this, if I were to come up to you a year from now, and you're absolutely excited, you're stoked, you're high-fiving me, you dang near pick me up off the ground. What has to happen from now till then for you to feel that way? Type it out. We about to really do it. I told you guys I'm here for you. What would have to make you feel that way? Now, I want to do this fairly quickly, Marcus, so type fast. Anybody else have any questions while we wait for Marcus? Marcus over there like this. Look, I'm only clowning Marcus because he's not in the same room. I'd be scared otherwise. Okay, both Emmy and I capped out. Okay, well, how much volume, let's say, for example, would you need to do to be capped out? I already know guesstimation that number, so let's say 2.3 million approximately. Well, what's your average sales price, Marcus? What's your average sales price? Yep, this is numbers. Here we go. What's your average sales price? Average sales price in your market. Who else has questions? Come on, hit me up with questions while we wait for Marcus. 300,000, he said. So I'm doing 2.3 divided by 300,000 is 7.6. Everyone out there, when we see point anything, what do? Do we round up or round down? It came out to 7.6. Do we round up or do we round down? We round up. That's right. So now let's do 7.6. So let's do 8 units closed to cap. Now, let's not divide that. Oh, what's up? What's up? Cameron the man. Cameron the man. Look at him. Look at him. So now let's not do 8 divided by 12. Let's do 8 divided by 10 because we know we have down markets and blah, 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 blah. So if I do 8 divided by 10, that gives us 0.8 units closed a month. Okay, 0.8. Do we round up or round down? Right? This one's an easy one. 1 unit is what it's going to be. 1 unit to close a month. That's how you come up with your number. So since you got 1 unit, well, how many listings taken will you need in order to close 1 unit? Let's say 2 a month. How many listing appointments will you need to go on in order to get 2 listings a month? Let's say, because you're a newer agent, let's say 4. Your conversions are 50%. Okay, how many people do we need to talk to in order to go on 4 listing appointments? Let's say your conversions are 20 to 1. So let's do 20 times 4. And this is very quick, y'all. So it's 80 contacts. Great. 80. We do a 2 to 1 contact attempts to contacts made. We do a 2 to 1. So now you're looking at 160 contact attempts a month. Now let's do 160 divided by 4 weeks in a month, most of the time. That equals 40 contact attempts a week. Let's do Monday through Friday. So we'll do 40 divided by 5. All right, man, here it is. If you do 8 contact attempts a day, Marcus, if you do 8 contact attempts a day in about 2 to 3 months, because it's a 90-day period in real estate, you're going to start getting that business and you're going to start hitting goal with both of y'all to cap out. Now, if both of y'all want to cap out, it's 16 contact attempts a day. Who did that just help? We just broke down the math super quick, but it shows you just how much clarity math brings in. Thank you for that question. Who did that help? And that's new agent numbers. You could go back, rewind this, and kind of do a quick synopsis of your own numbers with your own conversions. That didn't help anybody. All right, no one said it helped them. Oh, here we go. Woohoo! Hit a heart if that did help you out. That's how I'm able to see, by the way. Hit a heart or hit an O face. Hey, you got it. No worries. I'm telling you. I can't say it enough. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. All right. Number 4. Who could guess what this is? Oh, by the way, again, if you have any questions on the other 3 that we talked about, please put them below. Also, let me know if that number kind of example helped you out as a newer agent. And for everyone else watching, what is this? What is this? I'll give you one guess. And you got to get it right. Fell forward, fell forward. All right, I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on. It's leverage. Leverage. 2023, baby. What are some forms of leverage? For y'all to scale higher in 2023, give me some forms of leverage. What do you think leverage is? I was just talking to one of our agents today who wants to start her own TC business, which she was on here earlier, actually. I'll show you. Hold on. Let me scroll. Order some forms. Wow, there's a lot of comments. Oh, I can't find her now. That's okay. But anyways, yeah, TC. Well, I gave you that softball, didn't I? Yeah, exactly. Transaction coordinator. Bringing in some leverage is going to obviously help you scale. And here is a beautiful picture. I love this picture. Let me take my ugly mug off the. This is it. So give me a lever. Check this out, man. Give me a lever long enough and a place to stand, and I will move the entire earth. That is leverage. All right. And this is literally what we look at. Systems first. When you're talking about building a business through leverage, look at your systems first. Why? It doesn't cost a lot of money. All right, tools. It should be tools. I apologize. Tools or systems, whatever. Let's just say tools. Tools are the cheapest, right? A tool could be your calendar. It's definitely a form of leverage, right? Once you start looking at tools, make sure that they're in a good place, then move to systems. Systems cost a little bit more money. If you're with EXP, you got a pretty solid system called KV Core, and it's free. but cable cord costs hundreds and hundreds of dollars outside of EXP. So it does, the expense starts to go up just a little bit more, right? You're looking at a different form of leverage. Your CRM or your database, 100%. One of the biggest pieces of leverage you can have. What do you think the third piece of leverage is that we start looking at? It's people. People, infinite networks, networking, your own team, and mentorship. Who's got a mentor? Let me know. Who's got a mentor? Who needs a mentor? Who needs a mentor? There's a way that you could really identify this, and it's one, looking at your calendar and identifying. I got a whole video on this where you can find out what's multiplying your time and your business, what's adding to your time and your business, what's subtracting from your time and your business, and what's dividing your time and business. Those are really good ways to find out TSP, what tools you need to replace or do better with, what systems, and what people. Oh, okay. Hey, I'll take that. I'll take that. Got to be. Leverage is going to be huge, 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 huge. Who's got questions on leverage? This is just some examples of leverage. Lots of mentors, EXP local. Yep, Ruben, my sponsor. Hey, I'm getting a lot. Hey, I'm getting a lot of love today. I love it. Here's some great forms of leverage. Oddly enough, and ironically enough, my wife is literally at Target with one of our agents right now. And you get great service at Target. You get great service at Chick-fil-A. Matter of fact, when someone goes to Chick-fil-A and you say thank you, what do they say? What's the standard? What do they say every time you say thank you? What does Chick-fil-A say? And we know you get good service there, but is the founder up there opening the door, putting money in the cash register, putting chicken in whatever heating elements there is? No, they found leverage and they held a high standard. They held a high standard, right? Chick-fil-A, by the way, they say my pleasure. That is part of their leverage, or that's part of their standard. My pleasure if you say thank you. All right, does leverage include a mortgage company? Yes. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. By matter of fact, that's part of our leverage to have a place to do our trainings. We usually do be more training in a lender's office, 100%. And including the lender, obviously. We just closed the deal with an awesome lender. That was leverage. No one else wanted to touch this deal because it was an investment property. He did. Brent Mullins. He did. All right. Great questions. Keep your questions coming. Oh, I love this one. Check this out. Don't just hire to delegate. It's tempting to bring people in that you can push off work you don't have time for. That's not the best. Hire to elevate. Bring people in that can teach us something. Continually seek to raise our average. You know, when I was the CEO of Keller Williams here, you know, one of the things I tried to do was replace myself with somebody who could destroy me, right? Who could do such a way better job than me. I think one of the biggest challenges that, raise your hand if you're at the point of hiring people, one of the biggest challenges you have is you're trying to replace yourself. But you're not good at that job anyways that you're trying to hire out. Why would you want to replace yourself? You need somebody who's going to just demolish you at that job, right? You need somebody who's going to do better than you, make you look bad. And that's an ego thing, right? If you could let go of that ego, then you could hire somebody that can destroy you in a good way, guys, in a good way. The whole point is to elevate the business, not to keep it stagnant and just replace yourself. I hope that makes sense. Does that make sense to everybody? Does that make sense? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if that makes sense, or let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to read this real quick. If 22 million out of 26 million business owners don't have employees, you must ask yourself, how many things are they saying yes to? Oh my gosh. That's huge. I haven't read that in a while. What do they need to say no to so that they can focus on the business instead of something so much time? Something. Actually, give me one second. Give me 1 second. On the business instead of spending so much time in the business. Wow. That's huge. That's huge. Man, that actually hit something with me. I did not realize, and it's been a while since I looked at that, just how many businesses are their self and don't have other awesome, talented people around them to help them elevate. That hurts my heart. That hurts my heart. What questions do you guys have? I'll go over this in a second, but what I really want to do is answer your questions. What questions do you have on leverage? If you're in the business, this has been in the business forever, brand new agent, first look at your tools. We go over this for new agents as they onboard as well. We go over your calendar, right? If anybody's here that's already went through this, we go over your calendar. Then we go into like systems and stuff. So then we talk about your business account, your tax account, your business credit card. We start to we move right into database building, which is a killer system, right? Then eventually you'll move into people, transaction coordinators, listing coordinators, uh, um, runners who run signs. Now you're talking about maybe other agents who are going to help you handle deals. That's where we're at right now. You need that to scale. You need more people around you to scale. In 2023, I'm telling you, that's what the successful real estate agents are doing. 100%. Who's got questions on this? Who's got questions? Uh-oh, my screen went blank. Oh, we're back. Anybody got questions on this? Who's got a question? Who's got a question? This is a little bit more higher level, but it's important. Bring your questions, please. Remind yourself why it's important to have leverage. Is it to have a bigger impact? Better customer service? Saying yes to you or saying yes to your family? Oh, saying yes to you for sure. Your family, friends, experiences, and a lot more. Saying more yeses to those things. Build levels that the leverage must accomplish to move to the next level. Now, something we've done in the past is we give a task, right? We give a task. If they accomplish task, great. Give them another task. If they accomplish task, great. Give them another task. Ultimately, talent likes to be pushed, and talent is action based, right? They don't just move their mouth. Learn to be a better leader. Extreme Ownership's a great book. 5 Dysfunctions of a Team is also a great book. Who's got questions? We got like 13 more minutes to be more training. I really want to be able to be here to answer your questions. I got Dr. Seuss over here. Just saw that in the back of the camera. Some of my kids' toys. And my wife. Don't let her fool you. Got my V Friends. Who's my V Friends holders? No questions on this? On the leverage part, no questions. Okay. If you do have questions, you're still typing, please, please, please. Number 5, obviously, without question, action. Action, 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 action. Take a picture of this, write this down, hit a heart if you agree. The path to success is to take massive, determined action. Tony Robbins. Oh, by the way, his son, Jarek Robbins, is working with Success Magazine, Success Coaching. And guess who owns Success Coaching? We do, EXP. Or Success Magazine. Anyways, go ahead. Write that down. Take a picture. Let's keep it moving. Here goes back to your imperfect action, guys. The failing forward. The whole action. I'm telling you. Everything we're going over today doesn't mean jack. Doesn't mean nothing. What's the point? Why'd you show up here? Waste your time? Right? To feel a little motivation and then go off and do what? The whole point of all of this is to give you strategy, and then ultimately nothing happens without your action. Nothing. I don't care if you fail at it. The point is to attempt to do it. Action-based. All action. And knowing that we went over a lot today, done is better than perfect, guys. Done is better than perfect. I used to have this cut out and taped in my house. My house, now an investment property, but my house at the time when I first started real estate, I had to remind myself every single day, done is better than perfect. Just do it. Go out there and screw up. And if you know me, you know I love this quote. This is actually on the back of our Carolina Traveling Marshmallow RV. We actually got it put into like a big sticker, and now it's stuck on the back of our RV. If you do tomorrow what you did today, you will get tomorrow what you got today. There was a video I would always watch, and this guy said that all the time. Again, my first year in real estate, you're going to need to be pumped up some days just to take that uncomfortable action. And this was huge. This means so much to me, man. If you do tomorrow what you did today, which is nothing, you will get tomorrow what you got today, which is nothing. If you do tomorrow what you did today, which is something, you actually progress towards your goal some way, somehow, you will get tomorrow what you got today. More progression. You've actually accomplished something, more accomplishments. Take another picture, hit that heart, share it for somebody who freaking needs to hear this. How you do everything, or how you do anything, is how you do everything. You know how many times I've thrown, like at the gym, like paper towel, or I cleaned off some equipment and I always throw it, by the way. I'm always throwing it, trying to make it into the basket, miss it 80% of the time. And sometimes I'm like, oh, it's so far away. I could just keep going. It's right next to the trash can. But I always tell myself this: how you do anything is how you do everything. To the smallest step of knocking that little paper towel into the trash can is going to, what do you call it? When it stacks up, compound. It will compound throughout the day of more action to be taken. Another great quote. Another great quote. Even the smallest activities can drive huge, huge, huge results. I'm going to skip by him. He's a great dude, by the way, but that's a whole nother story. And I'm going to stop here. Who's got questions? Who's got questions? You're quiet again. Who's got questions? It's the action part. How you do anything is how you do everything. Show up. Show up today. All of you are a leader. Even if you're brand new in the business, you're a leader to someone. Somebody's watching you. Someone wants to see how well you do and you progress, because they're looking forward to watching you progress, and they're going to pull from it, and they're going to bring that into their own life. You are a leader. Show up one. Show up as one. Show up as one. Who's got questions? Again, if you're watching the recording later, I will answer it. I love this stuff. You're quiet again. I will not move on. Just going to answer my text. Who's got questions on this? Who's got questions on action? Who's got questions on leverage? Oh, Lord. Got people trying to sell me stuff. That's a no. Oh, here we go. Is it just your mindset? Or what routine do you have in the morning to keep yourself moving? Who's this? Put your name. I do. I do. It's in that other video for calendar building, but this is exactly what I do. Number one, I run a Corvette every single morning. What does that mean? CVETT. Oh, Shane, my man. Shane. I'm going to be going to Raleigh to put on a Pints and Properties in January, I want to say. Corvette, CVETT. C, calendar. I look at my calendar. I'm telling you, this is the reason why I made the list. Calendar is going to be one of the biggest pieces of leverage you can do. What does my calendar tell me? I'm going to tell you, man. I'm going to tell you right now. So this is what I do. I wake up at the time that my clock went off. For me, it's 4 o'clock right now because I'm studying from 4 to 4:30. 4:30 is what time I usually wake up. But I got this at 10:30, so that tells me what I need to prep for this. I changed a few things on the slide. 11:30, because this will end at 10:30. I'll finish a few things. At 11:30, I got another meeting. I got to go drive to this meeting. 12 and 1 o'clock are Zooms. 12 and 1 o'clock are Zooms. 12 o'clock is the locker room leadership. 1 o'clock is EXP 1%, top 1% EXP influencers that I'm in. Woohoo! Then 1:30, I have to do an LLC change. You don't need to know about that. 2 p.m., I'm going to the gym. At 4:30, I have a Zoom with one of our agents to onboard. I look at my calendar, number one, and that helps me prep for the day, right? V, voicemail. Who left me a voicemail that I need to return that's not spam? E, email. Who sent me an email that I need to return? Not spam. Like, we just had our CPA because I sent them the new investment property we bought, and he's asking me for a little bit more information to help with the taxes. That's an email I need to answer back. CVET, text messages, same deal. I text the agent who handles 90% of my leads, Jennifer, what's up? And we just put one under contract today or yesterday, and I need more information. Text, task, CVETT, task. That's your CRM. That's your database. Go back to your CRM, go back to that, and it will tell you what follow-ups or tasks you need to be doing that day. For example, finished it all, right? Because I ran my Corvette. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 36 people I reached out to this morning. 36 people outside of our own agents. I don't count the numbers of our own agents that I'm reaching out to. And I reached out to a lot of y'all this morning. Okay. From that, we usually have a 2-to-1 conversion. Like I said earlier, 5, 10, 15. We had 16 people. So that's 2-to-1. 16 people actually talked back, and I've already set one appointment. Anyways, that's neither near or there, but I run my Corvette. That is exactly what I do to keep me not only moving in the morning, but who else, by the way, raise your hand, hit the heart if you agree, that O face, that shock face below. How many times during the day are you like, dang, what should I be doing right now? I know I should be doing something. I should be doing something. What should I be doing? I don't know. It just escapes you. Run a Corvette. C, my calendar should be telling me exactly what I should be doing. VETTT. That's what I do. Shane, let me know if that helped you, man. And let me know if anybody else is watching, if that helped you as well. Because I'm not seeing any more hearts. Maybe it caps out on this thing that I don't know if you can even see this like thing up here. But I didn't see any more hearts. So let me know if it did bring you value. And Shane, let me know if that brought you value as well. I'm gonna just roll by that, screenshot that. You can look at it later. Here's a bonus. Say no more. We got 3 minutes, so just say no more, man. Just say no more. And I don't know, this little dude over here to the right, I think that's a businessman. I don't think that's a child. That looks awkward to me. And there you go with that. And guys and gals, here you go. Non-successful real estate agents simply make literally every excuse in the world on how they can't say no, or not even just can't say no, can't do any of the things we talked about today. They never fully commit, they never take ownership, and they never get ahead. What are some ahas? What are some things that you guys learned here today? I want to hear not only your ahas, I want to hear some of the questions you guys have. We have 3 minutes. Let me make it about you. Show up. What questions you guys have? What'd you learn here today? I did something like this for a middle school, for like the successful middle schoolers will do or something like that. They ate it up, man. And I tell you what, they learned from it. They weren't programmed to not learn this type of stuff. They weren't like, it was great. It was great. And I did it at a high school too. What questions? What did you guys take out of today? Type it below, please. Before we wrap this up, what's something you took out of today? Oh, cool. Just getting some stuff from some of our agents. It's always cool to get some good news from our agents. But come on. What'd you guys take out? Any questions, concerns? Oh, my Lord. We got 2 of our agents going back and forth in a good way. They're just discussing a lot. What do you guys have? Okay, be more. Yep, be more. Keep moving forward and bettering yourself. What else? What else, y'all? Just, for my ego. What do you have? I don't want to make this up. Oh, we got some of our agents texting me about what they're learning. No, put it on here. Put it on here. I want everyone else to see it too. Great info with things we can start on today. Yeah, I'd revisit this often, maybe even quarterly. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, come on. Come on now. Fell forward. What else? Let's run it all the way up to 10:30. Let's do this on time. We start on time. Let's end on time. Who's going to bring it home? Let's go. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of our agents just text me. Put it here, man. Put it here. All right, I need one more so I close this out. Who's gonna give it to me? Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. Just for you, just for you, just for you, just for you, just for you. Come on, what we got? Come on, come on, come on. I want to end on time, so I need one more. I don't want to go 1 minute over. Oh man, someone just type anything. I don't even care. What is it gonna be? Oh, and people were excited. Oh, here we go. Corvette. That's what I'm talking about. Took it home. Thank you so much. You guys are the best. If there's anything I could do for you, please give me a call, text, email, DM me, whatever it takes. Just please reach out. I got your back. I'm telling you, you're the best.